Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Well, we're driving down from Armu village and we're heading down for some benzine. So that's petrol in plain and simple English. And guess what? We're in the S-Class. So the badge you're looking at on the hood there, that's the black S-Class bonnet. And of course that's the Mercedes badge that you're looking through, and of course you're gazing into the blue sky, and of course just over yonder is the blue Mediterranean Sea. Guess what? I'm dressed head to toe in blue, so all it's actually missing of course is you. Get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy, because Cyprus, Marika and me are quite simply waiting for you. So what's the temperature? That's what you're curious to know. 19.5 degrees if your name is Miss Dawn. You got a husband called Mr. Sean, and of course you've got a cat called Daisy, and she's got a little partner in crime, a little doggy called Bo. So there we go, that's the temperature, and of course the sun is gleaming down, and it's a spectacular day as usual. And of course today, well, it's actually my birthday, so luckily we got down to Larnaca and we picked up my present, which is this Mercedes S-Class. It's not a new one, but it's a very nice one indeed. If you come back a bit later, we'll give you a special video, and of course the model, Miss Oching Receiviola Booth, is going to be monkeying around and all those kind of things. But anyway, cast your eye out yonder, look at that. That is downtown Paphos. We've got uptown, midtown and downtown, and of course out across the blue Mediterranean Sea. A truly spectacular day indeed. Now, big shout out to some of the people who have been very generous indeed. We've got Lady Oh So Sweet Caroline, and of course her lord Nigel Big Guns, thanks for those coffees. We've got the Dayman, again thanks for those coffees. Ronnie Miller, thank you. Ronnie the Viking, thank you. Anna, superstar that you are, thank you. All of these people are helping to keep us afloat, and of course all of these people understand that to drive around in a car making videos is very simple, but of course you need to put benzene in the tank now and again. So thanks very much. That's how the channel is funded. Go through to our about page where you'll find the buy me a coffee icon, and if you'll be ever so kind, click on that and buy us a coffee or two. Thanks very much. So we're wiggling and waggling now through, well, Midtown Konya village, that's where we are, and we're going to do a bit of a wiggle this way and a bit of a wiggle that way, and eventually we're going to get to a benzene station, which of course is a petrol station, because we picked it up in Larnaca and we came hooting it down the highway, obviously 140 kilometers, and well, it was almost full and now it's just over half. So I've decided to go and fill it back up to the brim, and then we're going to see just how long it takes us to guzzle that fuel. Probably 2 or 3 days, because as you understand we are here, there and everywhere. But this is one of the burdens of business. You've got to put petrol in the tank, otherwise you can't do business. And I'm pretty much here, there and everywhere, all over the Paphos district every single day, and we actually function 7 days a week. So if you've got a car that wants some body work or a service, or there's something wrong with it, or perhaps you want to buy a car, I could be the man for you to come and chat to, and I promise only to rummage in your wallet just until it starts to hurt, and when I see you winching, I'll ease off that little bit. So here we are, this is the older part and the newer part mixing into one, shall we say. Some of the new buildings are coming up on the left hand side now. There's a development of new properties. If you're curious to know what they are in value, about 450,000 euros if you want to buy one of these on the left hand side now, which is pretty much the going rate for these ultra modern 3-bedroom houses in and around the Paphos area. Konya, not the cheapest area in the world, but of course not the most expensive. You can probably find a 1-bedroom apartment for around about 100, a 2-bedroom for about 120, 130, a 2-bedroom bungalow around about 200, 250, and if you want something that a little bit special, well, $1 million and a bit more. That's the way it works these days. Property prices are absolutely insane, as I say. Anyway, what do you think of the weather? Because probably you're tuning in to know what is the weather like in Paphos, and of course the weather is completely and utterly spectacular. It's not Sherlock Holmes, that's for sure. Look at that, wow. It doesn't get much better, does it? Now the girls in the kitchen, you know, even on a Sunday afternoon, here they are cooking up a frenzy. You've got some special cupcakes and some special cakes being made. Miss Vivian, superstar. Miss Nessie, superstar. And of course, Ian the Butcher from Frodsham, beautiful partner in crime, Miss Beverly. They are cooking up a frenzy, making tea and coffee. Anything you might want is on offer in the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. Even a little bit of breakfast if your name's Dave Jono or Mr. Allen. Flick it on, Mr. Allen, flick on the treadmill, and let's get ourselves up to 1 or 2 miles an hour. We're starting our descent now towards Paphos, and of course, riding pillion passenger next to you is the one and only superstar, Miss Sally Briers. She is pedaling like crazy because, as she understands, she wants that holiday bod. Of course, that holiday is not that far away, is it, Miss Sally? No, she persuaded Mr. Matt, and of course, well, he's booked a holiday, pulls her a sofa, and when he comes here, well, guess what? We're going to get him to buy a ring as well. So we don't tend to go to that benzine station. Well, how can I put it? Once upon a time, they were caught cooking the pumps. There you go. That's enough said. So we go to the one down the bottom because you never know, they may want to cook the pumps again. We know it's a thing that happens all over the world. I don't know how they actually do it, but they speed up the money but slow down the fuel. There we go. We got done once in the past, so perhaps they did me once. I'm not going to give them another chance. So look at that view. Feast your eyes and digest. You can see almost out to Paphos Airport. Those are those fields out there, out towards Mandrea. And that's where, if you're coming down to Paphos, that's where you're going to touch down, that's for sure. And there's a bit of big digging going on, as you can see. Everywhere you go in Paphos, there is somebody digging up something, that's for sure. And luckily for us now, we've got an S-Class. So hopefully you don't hear me complaining quite so much about the potholes. Although this road, to be honest, if I was of the name of Lady Oh So Sweet Caroline, I would get myself onto that memory foam pillow, and just before I do, I would pour Nigel Big Guns another tot or two, because it's going to get a bit uncomfortable on this bit of road. Look at that, wow. Even in a Mercedes S-Class with fully pneumatic air suspension, it's still struggling to iron out the bumps as we drive along these roads. Wow. So what must it be like if you're driving around in something like, I don't know, without trying to insult someone in a Volkswagen Golf or whatever, but what must it be like? Or if you've got something even lesser like a Nissan Micra, again, not trying to insult a Nissan Micra, but what must it be like on these roads? Your fillings must drop out. There we go. Someone's going to have a word with that gun barrel. The chappie in the black Merc who parks it on WA lines, on chevrons, across to a school, just down from a busy junction and just down from busy traffic lights. Who we're talking about? Adonis the mayor. He's a great mayor, by the way, he really is. He's got some great ideas for Paphos, and slowly but surely, of course, they are coming to fruition, including the downtown Cato Paphos harbour area. There's massive renovations going on there, so don't forget to come back in a day or so, and you're going to catch us tchotchke dancing down the Cato Paphos promenade, and of course in and around the harbour area. And you never know, we might get to bump into some of our gumbarus, and we might get to get you the inside scoop on what is actually going on in the downtown Cato Paphos harbour area, because there's about a month to go yet, and then it's going to reopen and reboot and welcome us all, that's for sure. And just in time for Easter, because we understand a lot of people like to come out at Easter, isn't it? So that's not far away, not far away at all. We're not into March yet, if you're new to the channel, because obviously people come and go, we understand that. March is literally just round the corner. Today, like I say, is my birthday, and I thank everyone who watches us, and of course I thank everyone who has helped to contribute and to grow the channel. Thank you very much. And if there's something that we can do for you, drop it in the comments. If there's somewhere you'll want us to go in and around Paphos, if we can do it, we will. If we can get in there, we will. Now and again we have trouble, obviously. Some people don't want us to come into their restaurants or their shops or whatever, but if we can go in there, we will. It doesn't cost you a penny. Just drop it in the comments. If you've got some ideas, guess what? We'll go and do it. And big shout out to Jessica, who created her own YouTube channel especially so that she could log on to Marika and Me. So she's a lady, I'm not going to give you her age, but she's not that young, if you understand me. Well, she is young, but she's got children, okay? but she didn't use YouTube before, but someone mentioned Marika and me, so she went out of her way, and we are humbled by that, by the way, to create a YouTube channel so that she could watch Marika and me. And guess what, Miss Jessica? Tomorrow we are going to go to Sea Caves, and we're going to go to the restaurant called Orios. It's closed, but don't worry, we're going to dance the Chuchuchka on its rear terrace, go and have a look at the big crash ship, and make a special video for you and your family. So don't forget to come back in a couple of days, because something special is coming for you. So we're still wiggling and waggling in the, wow, what we're going to call them, the back lanes of Yereskipu. That's where we are, the back lanes of Yereskipu. And again, this piece of road, well, it is way beyond Sherlock Holmes, absolute Sherlock Holmes. Mr. Nigel does not describe this bit of road. This road probably is worse than William Shakespeare. It probably is up there with William Chaucer. That's how bad it actually is. And it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And the Mercedes is trying to eat up the bumps, and I am trying to keep the camera steady. So if there's a bit of a wibble, please forgive us, but this is a road literally from hell, that is for sure. And you don't want to come down here like a bat out of hell, because I'm telling you, if you do, you're going to damage your car and your teeth are going to drop out. That's it. So big shout out to some of the people that are in the club. Obviously we've got the one and only Lady Diane, absolute superstar. She's in charge of pretty much about everything, and sitting next to her is our lawyer. That's Miss Anna Starr, all the way from Poland. And I am practicing my how to say good morning in Polish, and tomorrow you're gonna get it, that's for sure. Gracidia LaBouffe has been trying to coerce my tongue around those two words, and tomorrow I'm going to say good morning in Polish, that's for sure. Anyway, on the sofa there, we've got the two Ronnies on each side. We've got Ronnie the Viking, he's having a nice filter coffee, of course, and a bit of malted toast. And then on the other side, we've got the Chief Constable. He's in charge of all of the law and order. He doesn't mind us making the odd offence, because he can make our tickets go away. Who is he? Ronnie Miller, all the way up there from Bonnie, Scotland, who likes to party on down in Universal area, and I think he's coming to town very soon indeed. So where are we now? Well, this is the Yereskipu Industrial Park on a weekend, and as you can see, well, there's not a lot going on, is there? Because Cypriots do take their days off very seriously indeed. They like to go and drink frappe, pop the flip-flops on, and of course go and do a bit of chuchuchka dancing down on the beach. So it's coming to the end of the video. I'm going to say thanks for watching, and of course if you do like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, and why not come back for that little bit more of my madness. And please consider going through to our About page, where you could consider to buy us a coffee or two. So I'm going to say thanks very much, and we'll see you in the next one. And that's Uptown McDonald's on the right hand side, just in case Miss Andrea and Mr. Mart are watching. And oh my God, Mr. Andy, the lights are on red again.